Monday I went to go pick up my cousin Flagstaff, and that was MLK Day. And then on Tuesday I got to work rereading the RFP and going through and doing my own research on utility scale solar. I reviewed the RFP, read through it again. The thing I noticed, it specifically states parties can submit for a proposal. So that means that an individual or an entity, much like Navajo Power, can partner with a development company and lead them through the process, which they might not be very familiar with. It's a process that actually has to be created, which is both a scary and frightening prospect, but also holds a lot of potential in that the Navajo Nation could create a process through the chapters which invites developers in and actually makes developers want to develop solar here. I'll read a little bit through the Salt River Project request for proposals. SRP is seeking a total capacity of up to 400 megawatts of solar energy projects. SRP intends that 200 megawatts will be generated by a project developed on the Navajo Nation. The remaining 200 megawatts is not location specific but must deliver to the SRP transmission system. Projects selected through this RFP process will support SRP's 2035 sustainability goals and SRP's corporate initiative to acquire 1,000 megawatts or 1 gigawatt of new solar energy by fiscal year 2025. Proposed projects can come online as early as June 1st, 2022, but must be online no later than December 31st, 2023. So that gives the developer 3 years to develop the project. The RFP was issued on January 15th. There's a web conference for respondents on February 12th. There is pre-bid information due from respondents by March 23rd, and the bid proposals are due May 4th, with a final selection being in October of 2020. I would like to bring all of this together and kind of string out a plan of possibilities. So the Navajo Nation has historically relied on coal, oil, and natural gas as the main economic driver here. The thing about that is the coal mines are closing. Navajo Generating Station, which is a 2 gigawatt plant, has been decommissioned. The Four Corners power plant will be decommissioned in the year 2022. This means that the nation is losing out on revenue and royalties from the coal companies and from the generation of coal power plants. The flip side of this is that all of the transmission lines and the infrastructure still exist. The other side of that as well is that the Navajo Nation has a lot of land area. This is one of the best areas for solar irradiance in the country. If you put these things together, that means a lot of solar can be deployed very quickly. Not only that, SRP is looking to add 1 gigawatt of solar capacity. SRP is only one of the utilities. Now that all these plants and these coal mines are shutting down, more of the jobs are leaving, more of the revenue is leaving. But there's an opportunity with inviting solar developers onto our land, with a large land base, with a workforce that can be trained. There are utilities who are already lining up to purchase this power. It's a confluence of very fortuitous events in which, if the nation can capitalize on this, we can provide a very large economic boost for the nation and be a model for other tribes and even other nations to look to for solar development and solar deployment. On the note of providing anecdotes, I'll tell you about one of my friends who I worked with, and his name's Mike, and he's from Yuma, Arizona, and he's gone through the whole solar circuit, and he has 3 brothers who all are also involved in the solar circuit. One of his brothers is an electrical superintendent who started as a mechanical laborer 4 years ago, or perhaps it was 5 years ago. But the point is that his brother is probably making more now than the average college graduate after 4 years of being in the solar industry. We have a need for economic development. We have a need for good paying jobs. There is an incredible opportunity here to provide jobs, to train a workforce of highly skilled installation professionals. The thing about it is this is a very small window of time, and we need to act fast. I'll be working with Phil as much as I can and all the other connections that I've established but I'll also be trying to make new connections because I want these developers to come to the Navajo Nation, and I want them to be attracted by the processes that we develop, by the policies that we develop. I see no reason why we shouldn't have 1 gigawatt of solar installed by the year 2025, just for SRP alone. If the right people come together at the right time and we all work together to make economic development for the nation and try to be a climate model in transitioning from a fossil fuel economy to a renewable energy economy, the Navajo Nation could be a model for the whole world to look to. The whole world could be paying attention. I'm just hoping that this information will reach the right people. And as a little aside for my developments, today I met with a couple people who are doing cisterns out to a lot of these homes that don't have amenities, and I think it's a great way to serve the people. I really feel that it's a good next step, but at the same time, I still want to pursue an installation entity. I still would like to be at every single meeting. I would like to work with any development company that wants to come to the Navajo Nation and work with us and develop a process in which everybody wins, because this is what I have been preparing for my whole life. And there's no way that I'm going to sit on the sidelines while all of this happens around me.